Hey, it's Sam talking today about Jyeshta Nakshatra in Scorpio, ruled by Lord Indra, that potential for emotional willfulness and struggle, the need to have emotional courage. Check this out. So the Nakshatra Jyeshta is the last section of Scorpio, and it's actually the last section of that middle part of the zodiac. Of course, there's a deep, holistic connection between zodiac signs and nakshatras. And in fact, not just a deep connection, they occupy the same space, and they occupy three sections of the zodiac itself. The first section is from Aries to Cancer, which is where the zodiac was created. The middle section from Leo to Scorpio is where we're established in fixed space and in a fixed life and a fixed world. From Leo to Scorpio, those two fixed signs at the edge. And the last section from Sagittarius to Pisces is where we leave the world and transcend the world. And you see this story played out in the nakshatras as well, not just the rashis. So the last section of this middle portion, where we're established and living on Earth from the sign of Leo, Virgo, Libra, and Scorpio, the last nakshatra is Jyeshta, which is ruled by Lord Indra, the king of the gods, and the great hero of the Rig Veda. Indra and Agni were the two big heroes. Indra was the god of lightning and the king of the gods, the god of the sky. And he was the one who really took on the great battles, especially in the Rig Veda. He allowed himself to be swallowed by the dragon who stole all the water from the earth in order to cut through the dragon's belly and then restore all the water back to the earth. Sometimes this nakshatra of Jyeshta, this end of Scorpio, is related to flooding. Because literally, once the dragon drank all the water, it was in his belly, Indra cut a hole in the belly, and the water flooded out, poured out. But what can happen too is we're often swallowed by our emotional fear, stress, worry, anxiety. And Scorpio is where we have to account for that. Because Scorpio, again, it's in this middle section of the zodiac, which is a section of the zodiac where we're living our life on Earth. Those fixed signs. And the last section of that is where we realize no matter what happens on this earth, I'm not literally of this earth. I'm actually a universal being. I'm actually a divine being. And I can't control anything on this earth. I'm going to die one day. This individuality and the individuality of everyone I know, all of my children and my loved ones, and this beautiful earth that I love so much, one day it's going to all disappear. So then who am I? Then who am I, and who are all these people, and what am I? So this terror of losing, literally just of losing. Think about losing. We want to win. We don't want to lose. And we're going to lose it all. It's a hard thing to hear. I heard a great lecture one time from a great man when I lived in San Francisco at the Vivekananda Center, Swami Prabhudananda. He was an old gentleman. At the time, I think he was in his mid-80s. He has since passed away. And he said it was so beautiful the way he said it. He was like, we want to win. We don't want to lose. Because losing is losing it all, and we're going to lose it all. It was just like, okay. And we're not ready to lose anything. We don't want to lose anything, let alone lose it all. And the fear and terror of losing it all is in many ways what Scorpio is about. But when we confront our fear of losing it all, we actually win it all. That's what Swami Prabhudananda said. Because we can't lose what we never had. We're only losing an attachment to something that is not real. but it feels so real through this nervous system. And that's what karma is. We incarnate. We incarnate to be, in order to cycle through the illusion that it's real. To cycle through the illusion that this separate person is real. That's what karma is. You think it's real. You think you're this thing. You want to know what karma is? That's all it is. You're under the illusion that you're this. And as it says in the Jyotish texts, Lord Vishnu has emanated and come forth as Janardhan to destroy the illusion of birth. And he's descended as 9 planets to bestow on the living beings the fruits of these karmas, the fruits of these actions. So all the different ways that you think this is you, Lord Vishnu has created this universe and created 9 grahas or planets to deliver those karmas to you, to help you awaken from this illusion of birth. Janardhan is the illusion of birth, the illusion that you were born. And from that illusion, every other illusion has got you. Karma has got you. The planets have got you. That's what the grahas are. They've grabbed you. They've grabbed you and pulled you into this so that you can face your illusion. It's not that they're punishing you. They're showing you how much you've evolved. They're showing you what you need to learn and where your senses have become dulled. Certain things you understand very well. You understand the truth of some particular thing, and other things you don't. So I'm saying this because Scorpio is where we feel that terror of, oh my God, I'm not this thing. And we want to try to get control of something. Ourself. That's the only thing we can ever control, is our own mental, emotional state. Everything emanates through the heart. Scorpio is this water sign. Emanates through the heart. It comes through the heart. Your connection to God has to go through the heart. There's no other way. You've tried, so stop trying. It's only through the heart, and you know it at this point. And I know, wish there was another way. I wish I had better news for you, but I don't. It's through the heart, and only through the heart. And so this evolution of consciousness from this life on earth to the next cycle that's beyond this earth happens at this fulcrum point between Jyeshta and Mula. The Jyeshta is at the end of Scorpio, where you're ready to do battle and where you're the spiritual warrior. Lord Indra gives you the courage to allow yourself to be swallowed by the beast, knowing that you can be devoured by your own fears, because underneath it all you're immortal and you can cut your way out of the beast and return the joy and love to the earth. Or you forget your true power, and instead you get into power struggles with others and try to control situations on earth, and then destroy your mind, destroy your intelligence. And then you take this paranoid, destructive, false sense of control, this illusion of control, and you find teachings and teachers that confirm that. Because that's all Sagittarius is. The next sign and the next section of the zodiac is simply what you believe and how you're trying to transcend this pain and suffering and struggle of the Scorpio. When the Scorpio energy is evolved, then you understand the true nature, and you have deep emotional strength, emotional courage, and great devotion to the truth. Scorpio is where, facing our emotional struggle, we have great emotional courage and thus extreme devotion and the willingness and ability to endure emotional discomfort in order to control ourselves. And through controlling ourselves and our emotions and not trying to control something external, we sink into the truth of the heart, which is there was never anything to fear. There was just the illusion of separateness. But wherever we are on that scale, we find a teaching and a teacher that resonates with whatever level of self-mastery or self-control we have. When we don't have much of it, we might find a very corrupt teaching, which is the Sagittarius lesson. As we sink deeper into the heart and we find the true nature of self, we find a better teaching and a better teacher, because then that's going to match up and resonate. So this transition between Jyeshta Mula is where things really blow apart and things get destroyed, where we do something that may be very explosive and blow things up in order to plant new seeds of truth in the next nakshatra, the next sign, and the next section of the zodiac. This is why these Gandanta points between fire and water signs are so important, or water to fire signs are so important. So this nakshatra of Jyeshta, and then the next nakshatra of Mula, this deep transition between Scorpio and Sagittarius, extremely powerful and important juncture in the zodiac. Of course they all are. Those Gandanta points though, when Rashi and Nakshatra stop, we really see a lot of karma getting worked through and a lot of potential explosiveness, especially this one.